insane is the situation out there. This is Erin Burnett of CNN gushing over the condition of the hostages taken by Hamas. Yes, in fact, congratulating on the fact that Hamas knows how to buy shampoo. Cut 3.
You're talking about tunnels. We know these tunnels have ventilation. We know that they've been known to have air conditioning. This has all been reporting that we've heard from the Israelis over the years. But the fact that she's saying she was held underground for more than 2 weeks, that there was shampoo, there was antibiotics, there was a guard per hostage in the experience she had, that there were medics and paramedics, and obviously she is elderly. The other woman who was released also elderly and had medical needs, and that they had the medicine needed, and if not, something similar to replace it. It is pretty stunning.
Yeah, it is absolutely pretty stunning that you're talking about medical supplies, antibiotics, and shampoo. How does that factor in to killing babies, burning them alive, or killing grandmothers? Let's ask somebody who's impressed me online as of late. He has a YouTube channel. He's on social media. David Kite, welcome to America First.
Thank you, Dr. Gorka. It's a pleasure to be on.
So you are the Cove Fellow, C-O-V-E, the Cove Network on Instagram. Tell us about what you've been doing for the last 2 weeks.
For the last 2 weeks, I've been dealing with a lot of different narratives and talking points that I can see are propelling just Hamas talking points. I see it on the press. I see it around the campuses here in America, not just here in America, across the entire globe, actually. And there's a repetitive talking point after another one. And I could tell that it's a bunch of uneducated people that have no idea what they're talking about, and that they were sold a lie or a couple lies about Israel. So for the last few weeks, I've been just debunking various different talking points and narratives that people have been saying maybe for the last few weeks or for the last few years or a couple decades since there's been an ongoing conflict.
And give me an example of what you find to be the most pernicious, the one that you said, okay, I got to debunk this one first.
The first one that I went right away with was that Israel is an apartheid state, because I think that just any sort of just one fact that comes out of Israel, just looking at the demographic of Israel, you understand that an apartheid system cannot be instituted in Israel because there's no policies, there's no institutions that uphold any type of an apartheid law in Israel. And you can just look at a couple simple things. For example, the Supreme Court judge in Israel, one of them is a Muslim. That is something that you would never see in an apartheid system.
But hang on. If you're an apartheid state, they would all have to be Jewish, no?
Exactly. And the thing about that is that over 21%, so 2 out of 10, let's say, individuals in Israel are Arabs, right? They're Arab Muslims, Arab Christians, even Arab Jews. So to say that Israel is an apartheid state, just by looking at the demographic, you can see that it's not.
Let's play one of your clips. This is the kind of debunking that you do. You need to follow this guy, David Kite, K-H-A-I-T. Play cut.
Almost 21% of all physicians in Israel are Arabs, which is close to the actual population of Israel. In Israel, at the age of 18, it's mandatory to serve in the army. But if you're an Israeli Arab, it's actually optional. Yet over 1,000 Israeli Arabs voluntarily serve with the IDF, and over 600 Muslim Arabs enlisted according to the data from 2021.
Doesn't sound like an apartheid state to me.
It's definitely not. And anybody that's ever been to Israel can tell you right away that this narrative, this talking point that Israel is an apartheid state, which only comes up when something like this happens, otherwise everybody forgets about this, is a talking point that somebody saw on social media, or perhaps an activist professor on campus sold that lie to them, and now they're just repeating it over and over.
But it's worse than that. You talk about ignorant people or useful idiots. Let me just show this one image. This is one of the 2 grandmothers that was released. Her name is Yocheved Lifshitz. And we are supposed to believe that this person was treated like a princess in the tunnels. The photograph on the left is before she was taken hostage. the photograph on the right is after she was released. You're supposed to believe that she was treated well. So, David, it's more than just willful ignorance. It is the propagation of lies by the mainstream. Would you agree?
I totally agree. And although this time around you may see a little bit more support for Israel because with the massacre that happened on October 7th, even news outlets like CNN and MSNBC at first may not go against Israel. You can see them starting to propel different Hamas talking points now, that this grandma was treated well, that she received certain aid and whatnot. These are pure Hamas talking points that they hope CNN, MSNBC, all these Western medias would propel over and over, just like they did with the hospital when they sided with Hamas talking points over basic objective facts on the hospital issue. Yeah. So Hamas hopes that the media does this.
And sadly, it's not just the media. The lies about the hospital bombing are still being perpetrated by Democrat members of Congress. Follow this man, David Kite, Khait, host of the Co-Fellow on YouTube. I'm Sebastian Gorka. This is America First, coming to you from the ReliefFactor.com studios. Relief.